Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shadowlands and a quick look at the Feral Druid. Some people disappointed. I know Mr. Slootbag was particularly laughing at the Feral Druid changes that Blizzard posted. Literally just saying, hey, we've reimagined bloodtalons, and that was kind of it. But Druids overall have had some modification, and that's what you should bear in mind. So just to give you a brief idea, Heart of the Wild is back for the Druids so they could jump into another affinity and be extra useful. Should it be tanking? Should it be healing? Or even balance? We can't remember an interesting time, I believe it was during Mists of Pandaria, where the Feral Opener was actually to be balance. The Feral Opener was actually to go and use Heart of the Wild and cast Wraths. I believe that was what happened. We might see something like that again, a little bit of wackiness. Druids always do carry this weird wackiness along their journey throughout World of Warcraft, so we'll see where that goes. Along with a number of returning spells, Cyclone, Stampeding Roar, Iron Fur baseline, all those kinds of things given to all Druids. Now, Feral... Look, Feral plays the same as it does pretty much in BFA. And that's what's annoyed a lot of Feral Druids, actually. So I was lucky to be streaming like half of my testing of Feral Druid, because the Feral Druids in there, the main ones were like, no, you need to be aware of this. And the thing is, open world, using the open world talent setup, where you get consistent energy regen from your target's fury, basically feels like you're playing a rogue with permanent adrenaline rush. It's fast, it's furious, it's interesting, it's really fun. Everything's being scratched and bled. And you also got the Druid stuff of, I'm struggling right now, I can pop into bear, I can tank these things while I'm healing myself, then pop it back into cat. All the Druid thematic goodness you come to expect. The problem is, even with the reimagined bloodtalons, which the reimagining is, if you use Rake, Shred, and Ferocious Bite within 3 seconds, you get a 50% buff to your rip. Now, I had to go down to Orgrimmar to really play around with this because nothing really lasts long enough to get good use out of it in the current Shadowlands alpha. So I will say now, I haven't played Feral for a long time and my methodology might be a bit shit. But what I saw is if you take the Sabertooth talent, which just your Ferocious Bite extends your rip, from what I could tell is once you snapshotted that first rip with bloodtalons at the start of the fight, that was it. You just Ferocious Bite and extend that rip forever, pretty much, and that was the whole talent. It was done, and the damage, at least from a quick glance through my log, didn't really help anything. But again, numbers stuff will come later. I did understand what people were saying. A lot of people got in contact with us saying the problem isn't how it plays in open world. The problem isn't how it plays in these scenarios where we can use Primal Wrath to rip everything, and that's really fun in dungeons. The problem comes when we're doing raid bosses and we're just kind of like building combo points, biting and going back and doing that again over and over again, and it feels a little dull. What I will say on top of that then is the zone ability for Druids is not particularly good, but there are some better ones coming, because I really do miss the Legion artifact ability. I miss that extra bump of an attack, that extra thing, and I think that is what's lacking from the Feral Druids, is having that big moment to come along with it outside of Berserk that gives it that real good furious aspect to it that we can use single target, because it's so fast and furious in multi-target, yet when it comes to single target it feels actually quite sterile and slow, which is against everything the cat has, and maybe that extra attack is needed, and perhaps it is the Night Fae ability that's going to bring that. Again, relying on a single covenant to kind of make or break a class isn't ideal, but we'll have to wait and see in testing how that actually looks. So I'll be back to Feral Druid. That's what I'll do for you. All right.